Tonight, friends of a murdered Huron County woman believe the court's decision not to grant her a protective order likely cost her her life.
And now they're calling for changes they say will save other domestic violence victims when the warning signs are there.
5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll has more tonight in an interview you will see only on 5.
If time heals all, the hands of the clock can't move fast enough for Lisa Davis.
Every morning I wake up weeping.
Devastated by Gaberien Clevenger's death, haunted by the 22-year-old's words just days before.
She goes, I'm just really scared that something's going to happen and it's going to be too late.
Those fears turned to reality Monday in these Richland County woods. Clevenger's body found near the intersection of State Route 96 and Bowman Road. Her husband, Alec Blair, charged with the murder.
I really thought she would be safe here. I really thought she would be safe here. It's really, really hard.
Davis says Clevenger came to stay with her 2 months ago. She says her friend feared for her life.
She wasn't physically abused, but she was being mentally abused. She said that she felt like she was a prisoner in her home.
She says that's why Clevenger wanted out of her marriage, and why last month she went to the Richland County Courthouse looking for a protection order. In her petition, she wrote Blair harassed her, broke her things, screamed in her face, and sent her threats. The court record contains pages of text messages, the language profane. But a magistrate denied her request and said while Blair admitted sending the messages out of anger, he had not sexually abused or physically injured Clevenger.
No one should have to be hit, should even have to experience that, even get to that point before you can get a piece of paper.
5 days later, Davis says Blair showed up at her home and convinced his estranged wife to get into his Jeep. Investigators say Blair admitted stabbing her to death and led them to her body.
I cherished her. I cared about her. And yeah, I loved her. I seen a lot of myself in her.
That's because Davis says she was a victim of domestic violence. While she doesn't blame the court for not protecting Clevenger, she says the law needs to change, allowing judges to not just consider physical abuse, but mental too.
Had she had that piece of paper the days that he come to the door, she would have felt confident to call them and knowing that he's breaking a law.
Davis knows it won't turn back the hands of time, but hopes changing the system she says failed her friend can prevent others from losing a loved one.
She can't die for nothing. She can't. Her life has to have some kind of meaning.
In Shelby, I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll.